George Adams, to be followed by Willie Rennie.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. This budget is proof, if any were needed, that decisions about Scotland are best taken by the people who care most about Scotland, the people who live here and their representatives. Westminster's failed austerity agenda is holding Scotland back, and in my opinion this Parliament needs further powers to bring about the kind of lasting growth and create the future that we all want in Scotland. To take that next step, the next leap, this Parliament needs to gain further powers. As the Cabinet Secretary has already stated, this budget will support economic recovery, creating jobs and opportunities for the people of Scotland. There's been a lot of talk about the bedroom tax, but I would like to talk about some of the things to do with education at this stage. The budget can... Yes, no problem, Mr Henry.
Differences in the constitutional future, will you join with me today to praise the work of Renfrewshire Council and its innovative approach to helping tenants through its hardship fund?
George Adams.
What I will do, Mr Henry, is I will actually praise the work of this Parliament and the people, the parties working together, representing the people of Scotland to find a solution to the bedroom tax at this stage. And I would say, to go back on, Presiding Officer, to the issues that I was going to discuss, the very important fact that the Government will deliver primary free school meals to Primary 1 and Primary 3 and expand childcare. £55 million over 2 years to expand the provision of free school meals, £59 million over a 2-year to provide additional childcare places, taking the total additional funding for childcare to around £250 million over a 2-year period. From August 2014, all 2-year-olds in workless households will be entitled to 600 hours of free nursery education. This will benefit 8,400 children, 15% of all 2-year-olds. From August 2015, this will be extended to 2-year-olds from the hardest-pressed families in receipt of a range of benefits. This will benefit 15,400 children, 27% of all 2-year-olds. This is about making a difference in people's lives, and this budget is showing that the Scottish Government is achieving that. From 2015, in January, all children from P1 to P3 will be entitled to free school meals, saving families at least £330 per child per year. This commitment means that from August 2015, Scotland will be delivering more than 80 million hours of free care to 2-, 3- and 4-year-olds every single year. That's 6.5% more hours than if we had implemented the English system. But to get to the next level, to make that leap, to move Scotland forward, we can only transform childcare with independence. An SNP government and an independent Scotland will introduce a universal system of high-quality learning and childcare for children from age of 1. The Scotland's Future document sets out how we can transform childcare. Incidentally, that's on page 194, Presiding Officer. By the end of our budget, we will provide 600 hours of childcare to around half of Scotland's 2-year-olds. Those whose parents receive working tax credits or child tax credits will benefit. By the end of the first Parliament, we will ensure that all 3- and 4-year-olds and vulnerable 2-year-olds will be entitled to 1,140 hours of childcare, the same number of hours children currently spend at primary school. By the end of the second Parliament, we can ensure that all children from the age of 1 to school age will be entitled to the same hours of childcare per year. Earlier I mentioned this budget support economic recovery, creating jobs and opportunity for people of Scotland. The Scottish Government are already investing in our young people. Scotland is the only country in the EU to have a dedicated Minister for Youth Employment. Since December 2011, Angela Constance, the Minister for Youth Employment Minister, has been in charge of this portfolio, and the youth employment rate has fallen from around 25.4%, that's 113,000 young people, to 79,000 young people, 19.6% compared to 20.4% in the UK. The Scottish Government has invested an additional £125 million from 2012 to 2014-15 to support young people towards and into work. £88 million, including £25 million cash for recruitment incentives to help small companies recruit young people by paying half the wage for the first 6 months of a new job. £30 million opportunities for all funding to support commitment to all 16- and 19-year-olds in Scotland not already in work. Education or training will be offered a learning or training opportunity. £5 million to support up to 2,500 young people into opportunities linked in major cultural and sporting events. I welcome all these commitments from the Scottish Government and the Cabinet Secretary, but we have to look at other ways to make sure that we can take Scotland to that next step, to make that difference, because I don't doubt for a minute, Presiding Officer, that every one of us in here has the best interests of our constituents and the people of Scotland at heart.
Final minute.
But in our own way, we have to look at how we would actually deal with the challenges that we have currently in front of us. I personally believe that independence offers us the future for our children, our young people, and that to me is the most important thing, and the reason my motivation as a parent and also as an elected representative to represent the people in my constituency. So, closing, Presiding Officer, I would just like to say I welcome this budget, which focuses on and helps towards Scotland's future, but I also look forward to future budgets when we sit here and talk about Scotland's future in an independent parliament.
Thank you very much.